We're back for episode 13, and this is where things really start to unravel for Jieming and Xiaoling. The title of this episode is The Day Everything Falls Apart, and trust me, it lives up to its name. If you thought the last episode was tense, you haven't seen anything yet. So, let's dive right in. The episode opened with Jieming, and he is carrying this huge secret. He has lost his job, but he can't bring himself to tell Xiaoling. Why? Well, think about it from his perspective. He has always been the provider, the strong one. In his mind, telling her he got laid off feels like admitting failure, not just as a professional, but as a husband. He is worried about disappointing her, about adding another massive burden to their already stressful lives, especially with his father's health deteriorating. So, he makes a choice, a really bad choice. He decides to hide it. Every morning, the routine is the same. He puts on his suit, grabs his briefcase, and kisses Xiaoling goodbye, just like any other workday. But instead of heading to his office, he is heading to coffee shops, libraries, anywhere with free Wi-Fi where he can frantically search for a new job. We see these montages of him, sitting alone, sending out resume after resume, his face etched with anxiety. The rejections pile up, and you can just feel his desperation growing. It is a powerful visual of modern-day struggle, that pressure to maintain appearances even when your world is crumbling. And his day doesn't end there. After a full day of pretending to work and secretly job hunting, he goes straight to the hospital to care for his father. This is where the exhaustion really hits him. He is spoon-feeding his dad, helping him with physical therapy, and dealing with the emotional toll of seeing his once strong father so frail. He is running on fumes, physically and emotionally. He is trapped in the cycle of lies and responsibility, and it is grinding him down. The show does a fantastic job of portraying this immense pressure. You can see it in the way he rubs his eyes, the slump in his shoulders. He is a man on the brink of collapse, trying to hold two worlds together and failing at both. Meanwhile, Xiaoling isn't oblivious. She's incredibly perceptive, and she starts to feel that something is off. It begins with small things. Jieming is more tired than usual, more distant. He is jumpy whenever she asks about his day at work, giving vague, evasive answers. He is always on his phone, but he quickly hides the screen when she comes near. The little red flags are popping up, and Xiaoling's intuition is screaming at her. The real tipping point, the piece of the puzzle that doesn't fit, is the money. It's payday, and Jieming's salary, which is always deposited on the same day like clockwork. Doesn't he arrive, Xiaoling checks their joint account, and there's nothing. She casually asks him about it, trying not to sound accusatory. Hey, did your salary come in yet? I wanted to pay off the credit card bill. Jieming freezes. He fumbles for an excuse. Something about a payroll delay or a system glitch at the company. It is a weak lie, and they both know it. The look on his face tells her everything she needs to know. He is hiding something, and it's big. Her suspicion now fully ignited, Xiaoling decides to do something she has never done before. The next day, she decides to surprise him at his office with lunch. Of course, when she gets there, his colleagues tell her he hasn't been in for weeks. The HR department confirms he is no longer with the company. The floor just drops out from under her. But where is he? She calls his phone, and he tells her he is in a meeting. Another lie. But Xiaoling has a hunch, a terrible, sinking feeling. She remembers the hospital bills on the counter and drives straight there. And that's where she finds him. Not in a boardroom, but in a hospital ward, patiently feeding his father. It is a heartbreaking scene. He is not a high-powered executive. He is just a son, exhausted and overwhelmed. The moment their eyes meet across the sterile hospital room is absolutely electrifying. His face is a mixture of shock, guilt, and utter defeat. Her face is a storm of confusion, hurt, and betrayal. There are no words. Just this crushing silence as the truth hangs in the air between them. The confrontation that follows is brutal. It happens back at their apartment. The space that was once their sanctuary now feels like a courtroom. This isn't just a fight. It's an explosion. All the unspoken tensions, the financial pressures, the emotional exhaustion of the past few months, it all comes pouring out. Xiaoling is hurt, not just because he lost his job, but because he lied. He didn't trust her. He didn't see her as a partner he could lean on. Why didn't you tell me? She asks, her voice breaking. Did you think I couldn't handle it? Do you think I'm that weak? Or did you just not trust me enough? Jieming tries to explain, talking about his pride, his fear of being a failure, his desire to protect her from more stress. But to Xiaoling, his reasons sound like excuses. From her point of view, he shut her out. He made a unilateral decision about their life, their finances, their future. He treated her like a child who needed to be shielded from reality, not an equal partner in their marriage. The argument escalates, getting louder and more personal. All the vulnerabilities of their relationship are laid bare. And then, Xiaoling says it, the one line that changes everything. In a moment of pure pain and anger, she looks at him, tears streaming down her face, and says, maybe we got married too quickly. Those words hit Jieming like a physical blow. You can see the last bit of his strength just drain away. It's the ultimate expression of her doubt, not just in him, but in their entire relationship. It questions the very foundation they built their life on. Was their love just a whirlwind romance that couldn't withstand the first major storm? The episode ends right there, with those devastating words echoing in the silence. Jieming is left shattered, and Xiaoling is left wondering if she has just uttered the words that will end their marriage. It's an absolutely gut-wrenching cliffhanger. This fight is so realistic because it's not about one person being right and the other being wrong. You can understand Jieming's flawed reasoning, born from pressure and a misguided sense of duty, and you can completely sympathize with Xiaoling's feeling of betrayal. This is the biggest test their marriage has faced, and honestly, I don't know how they come back from this. The trust has been broken in a profound way. What do you guys think? Was Jieming justified in hiding the truth? Or was Xiaoling's reaction completely understandable? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is a heavy one, and it raises so many questions about communication, trust, and the pressure we put on ourselves and our partners. Next week's episode is going to be critical. Will they find a way to repair this damage, or is this the beginning of the end for them? Make sure you rate, subscribe so you don't miss our breakdown of the aftermath. Thanks for watching.